You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning and welcome into this Friday edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Ross Leonhardt. It is the 22nd of November. We are rolling right into winter here. We've got some weather rolling in next week. Vail Mountain's operating. Beaver Creek opens next week. We're celebrating Thanksgiving. So much happening in the valley right now. And we have a great Friday edition of Good Morning Vail starting right now. Grab that cup of coffee. I already finished mine, so I don't know what to do, but grab that cup of coffee. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TVA Weather Center on this Friday morning. A little chilly to start, 29 degrees at 8 a.m. We will see a high of 52 degrees today, so things are expected to warm up, and the winds coming from the south-southwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour today. Should be a sunny day out there. And into the hourly, 48 degrees at noon, really sunny throughout the day, and at 4 p.m. still in the 40s before coming back down to 37 degrees at 8 p.m. and partly cloudy skies rolling in this evening. But lots of sun expected in the Rocky Mountains today. Eagle a high of 48, Avon a high of 51, Vail a high of 52, and Denver a high of 62 with lots of sunshine in Colorado today. Into tonight, a low of 30 degrees with partly cloudy skies. The sunset's coming in at 4:46 p.m. Those winds continue 5 to 10 miles per hour coming from the southeast tonight. Into the rest of the weekend and early next week, enjoy today in the 50s, enjoy tomorrow in the 50s as well. Saturday, mostly sunny with the highs 53, low 35. Sunday, afternoon snow possible with a high of 41. And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, cloudy skies and snow showers in the forecast. So enjoy a sunny day, kind of a start of a sunny weekend, because we have winter rolling in again here, and we will be right back. Good Morning Vail's kicking off, and we'll be right back after this.
There are 3 crucial professional job search tips, and I'm here with the expert, Bill Humbert, the recruiter guy. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Maddie. It's great to be here with you again.
It's always so lovely to have you and to talk about topics that are a little bit challenging and people might not know. So let's talk about these 3 tips that are so crucial when searching for a job. What is the first one?
Well, first of all, let's talk about professionals, because most of them have never been taught how to strategically navigate a job search. And many of them revert back to their teen days when they've completed applications to go to work for the grocery store or a lumber yard or wherever. And they filled out the application. Eventually they got an interview and a job, and they went, I guess that works. Today, it's a little bit more difficult, because today you have to more strategically create a focused, targeted approach to stand out in that competitive world that we're in. So my first tip, identify your ideal job. Because if you do that, now you can really focus not only on the companies that you want to go after. You can, they can be in your industry, they can be people who have told you about them, but figure out what it is within those companies that you exactly want to do.
And then how do you pick the companies that you want to target?
First of all, you can always go after companies who are competitors to your current company. The federal government has loosened the requirements for, it's made it tighter to have a contract where you cannot work for a competitor. So you're being allowed to work for people who are direct competitors of your company as long as you don't share IP with them. Number 2 is who are the emerging companies in your industry? You know, those companies can be really great, especially if they're a mature startup and they've gained some traction and they're looking at possibly an IPO 2-3 years from now. You might be able to get some stock options from them, and that can be very lucrative. And then what companies do your family and friends recommend that you talk to? You know, maybe they work there, maybe they know somebody else that works there and they really like it. So talk to them too.
And then, of course, your resume is so important when applying for a job, and you and I have had many discussions about the importance of it. How do you structure your resume?
First of all, look at the job description that the company has out on their job board, hopefully on their website. And then when you look at that, look at the language they're using. In other words, some people might be known as software engineers, where in another company they may be known as a software developer, for instance. So use those words that apply to that company in your resume, and use the same descriptive words throughout your resume that the company uses, and I call that speaking the company's language.
And how much average time does a company look at someone's resume for those specific buzzwords?
Well, first of all, they don't. I hate to say this. Technology looks at it. And if you don't have those exact same words, and here's how bad it is. It has to be spelled exactly. So if you're using past tense in your resume and they use present tense in their job description, you're going to be screened out. It's dumb. They call it AI, but it's dumb-eye. And so it's important to use their exact words, and you have to do it 88% of the time in your resume, or they won't look at your resume.
Now, you always have a plethora of tips to share. Do you have any more to share with us?
You know, Maddie, next month we have 3 more very important tips. One of them is networking. Another is the interviewing tips. You know, I'm an expert with both of those. And then finally, the one that I'm really an expert at, because I'm the one who typically negotiates compensation with candidates, are salary negotiation tips.
And then, of course, you have a great book out that will help everyone who's looking for a job. So can you tell us about Expect Success?
You know, Expect Success, the science of the over 50 career search, and I have had a wonderful year. We're really excited. And this is a QR code. Let me get it straight for you. It's hard to do this on television. Get it. So get your phone out and scan this code, and it'll take you to the 5-star review by Joe Wasinski. And in it, he said, "You don't have to be 50. I was several years ago looking for a new job, and all of these points apply to me too, and I'm a lot younger." So it's important to get the right positioning for yourself, get your head on straight, because you go through the stages of grieving, and get out there and start talking to people, because here's what happens when you're not out there talking. They begin to forget about you, and then pretty soon you disappear.
Oh no.
From their view. So get out there and talk to people, and this is the season to do it. This is the end of the year. This is a great time to get out there and meet people and talk to them about your experience and your skills.
Bill, we want to thank you so much for giving us all this wonderful information. Now, if people are looking to find your website, where can they find it?
It's easy. It's recruiterguide.com. And if you want to have a conversation with me about career coaching, there's a red banner that says Speak with Bill. Just click on that banner, and at your convenience, find a time that works for you that's open on my calendar. Click on that, fill out the information, and we'll have a nice conversation. And I have somebody who found me that way, and they're on my calendar, so I'm looking forward to having a conversation this afternoon with them.
Bill, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and giving us all this wonderful information. You always have a wealth of knowledge to share, and we're very grateful to hear it all.
Thank you, Maddie. It's fun for me to be here because this is a great way for me to get out to people and help them.
It's great networking, isn't it?
It is.
Make sure that you check out recruiterguy.com. That way you can get on Bill's books. That way you can get all of this wonderful information and either find the perfect candidate or find the perfect job for you as the perfect candidate. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so don't go anywhere.
Good morning, Vail.
There's no better place to spend the holidays than right here in the Vail Valley. Kick off the season with plenty of chances to smile with Santa. You don't want to miss the Lion's Head tree lighting on November 30th or the Vail Village tree lighting on December 8th. And of course, what is a holiday season without the Vail Kris Kringle Market? Visit discovervail.com for all the details. The Villar Performing Arts Center also has an exciting lineup of festival performances, guaranteed to put you in the holiday spirit. Time for 3. The Grammy and Emmy winning string trio performing their A Time for 3 holiday program on December 22nd. Acclaimed bluegrass ensemble Authentic Unlimited bringing their An Authentic Christmas show on December 23rd. The Silhouettes, the world-renowned shadow dance company, presenting The Light of Christmas on December 27th. Mountain Film on tour, co-president with Vail Symposium, kicking off the new year of January 2nd with a selection of inspiring documentary shorts. And the legendary Chicago-based comedy troupe, The Second City, celebrating 65 years of laughs on January 3rd. Go to villarpac.org to get your tickets.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces.
Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
I'm Jason Kennedy, and this is The Wager. Let's go, Wes! We've all heard about this pickleball craze. Celebrities are playing pickleball matches all the time, and they're challenging each other to these ridiculous bets. Now I'm bringing the cameras to their house with new celebrities and a new bet every week.
Hell of a rally there.
It's just real, genuine conversation.
I got invited to Usher's birthday party. What am I doing here?
And some pretty crazy antics.
The Stanford prison experiment happened in 1971, but a new docuseries on Nat Geo talks all about this wild psychological experiment way back then. And joining us now is the producer of the show, Juliet Eisner. Thanks for joining us. Oh, I can't hear you. That's okay. We're working on it on our end. It's on your end apparently. That's okay. But this Stanford prison experiment is pretty wild. 1971. But we're going to take a quick break and try to figure it out.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
Good morning, Vail.
Thank you for sticking with us. Now we have Juliet Eisner, the director of this awesome docuseries, coming on Nat Geo soon. How are we doing, Juliet?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So this Stanford prison experiment kind of happened in the 70s, a wild experiment. Can you tell us about this show and about the experiment?
Yeah, I was very interested in just kind of learning more about this study, kind of as a passion project, so to speak, and just started researching it a couple years ago and very quickly realized that few of the participants of the study had actually ever really spoken out about their experience. It was always the professor at the center of it, Dr. Zimbardo, who kind of owned the narrative. And that was curious to me, and I wanted to find out what the participants had to say about this kind of iconic study. So I tried to find them and I tracked them down. And as I started speaking with these people, they all started telling me these stories that were very different from what we had learned in high school and in college. Stories that really put to question Dr. Zimbardo's narrative. As one of the guards said, you think you know, but you have no idea. And that really kind of set me off to the races.
That's
to continue.
So amazing, so amazing. So for people that don't know, this experiment, they took students, college students, and they kind of assigned them in this mock prison. They were either guards or they were prisoners. Can you kind of just explain what that experiment really was, what they were doing?
Yeah, so Dr. Zimbardo, he was a professor at Stanford. He put out a call, said he was going to have a prison experiment on campus, and a bunch of people replied. He chose about 24 kids from the Stanford area and essentially divided them into two groups. Half of them were going to be prisoners, half of them were going to be guards. He gave them costumes and everything, locked the prisoners in the basement, and essentially told them to just start to role play. And as the story goes, the participants who had been chosen to be guards really started to abuse their power and became somewhat cruel and abusive to these prisoners. And meanwhile, the prisoners started having these mental breakdowns and really couldn't handle being in this situation. Dr. Zimbardo had to end the study after 6 days. It was supposed to last 2 weeks because it had gotten too intense. And the study became this experiment that we look to when we want to explain human nature or why people do bad things, kind of this age-old question of good versus evil. But again, as I began to dig into this story, this very compelling story, it became clear that it wasn't the whole story, that there was a lot that had been left out, that there was a lot to uncover. And the participants really opened my eyes to kind of an entirely different story.
Definitely. There's so much to unpack around this, and that's why this show is so great. How can people tune in, and what's kind of the background of the show? How can they watch?
Yeah, so the show is, it aired on National Geographic. You can watch it on Disney Plus and Hulu. And I really hope that everybody enjoys it and gets to tune in and watch.
Definitely. It's pretty wild. This experiment is still referenced today, am I right? So it's kind of like a topical thing still today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still being taught in high schools, in college classes. I think everybody who goes through Psych 101 learns about this study. And it's referenced constantly. It was referenced, it's being compared to many different things that we're seeing happen in the world today. It's used kind of as an explanation for why somebody might do something. So it's very relevant, and hopefully our show puts this experiment into perspective a little bit more.
Thanks so much, Juliet. Check out this show on Disney Plus and Hulu and Nat Geo, and we will be back with the rest of the show.
Good morning, Vail.
Hi, it's Julio Garcia with TV8, and we're about to add some extra jolly to your holiday season. Join us for TV8's 12 Days Before Christmas and ring in the New Year advertising specials. For just $250, you can advertise your business on TV8 during the all-important holiday season. We'll run your commercial spot 10 times per day for 12 days. That's 120 spots to help drive traffic to your business. Choose the 12 Days of Christmas or run your ad during the Ring in the New Year special, which starts on December 26th and runs for 12 days. Or better yet, purchase both for just $450. Don't have a commercial? Don't worry, TV8 will help create one from your photos or videos at no extra charge. So don't delay. A deal this good won't last long. Contact the station to reserve your spot, and from all of us at TV8, have a wonderful holiday season.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Get your tickets now for Thanksgiving dinner at Gessner, located on the second floor of the Grand Hyatt.
Welcome to the TVA Weather Center on this Friday morning, 29 degrees and sunny to start the day. Here at 8 a.m. we'll see a high of 52 degrees today and lots of sunshine. Those winds coming 5 to 10 miles per hour today. Nothing too crazy. And in the hourly, things really heat up around noon to 48 degrees. And at 4 p.m. still 46 degrees. And at 8 p.m. we'll see temperatures start coming down to 37 degrees and partly cloudy skies rolling in this evening. But today, lots of sunshine in the Rocky Mountain Corridor. Eagle, a high of 48. Avon, a high of 51. Vail, a high of 52, and lots of sunshine expected. Denver hitting the 60s again today, so it should be a fun one on the Front Range. And into tonight, a low of 30 degrees with partly cloudy skies. That sunset at 4:46 p.m. and some small winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Enjoy that sunshine today and tomorrow. Tomorrow's looking like a 50-degree day as well with mostly sunny skies, and then starting Sunday rolling into next week, it looks like there's a chance for some snow every day almost. So Sunday afternoon snow expected, 80% chance. Temperatures keep coming down on Monday to a high of 35 with a 60% chance of precipitation. And then we're back up to 80% precipitation on Tuesday and Wednesday. So please enjoy this sunshine while it lasts. We are rolling into Thanksgiving and Beaver Creek's opening next week, so we love to see this snow. And speaking of the holidays, we have some tips on some gifts for the DIY person in your life. Let's take a look.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah Bendrick. I'm a landscape contractor, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys about these great holiday gifts for the DIYers and the garden enthusiasts in your life. So most people know Stihl as a chainsaw brand, but they are now in the handheld battery power game, and these tools are awesome. So the GTA 26, which is a garden pruner, absolutely love this tool. It's great for limbing up your shrubs or cutting down your tree branches into firewood, or just to decompose them quicker in your compost pile. You also can do some creative projects. This year I made some holiday garland. If you need an extension pole, you can also add that. And this is a 5-foot extension to help you with those taller branches. So I also have the SEA20, which is a handheld vacuum. It's a wonderful tool. I used it. I mean, it's a great tool for pretty much anybody. So I used it to clean up after myself when I made my holiday garden. And one of the best things is that it's lightweight, easy to use. You can clean your car, you can clean the hard to get areas, but the batteries are interchangeable between the tools. And those tools, you actually have these two, but there's 6 others that you can also add to your collection. You'll want to check out stihlusa.com to find a local dealer. They have 10,000 of them. You can support the Small Business Saturday, but also they're having a Black Friday sale, so it's the perfect time to get these tools. This is $60 off. This is $30 off, so go check out stihlusa.com. I also want to have you guys check out the hose link. So if you are tired of your hose kinking and being a pain in the butt in your garden, you're going to really appreciate this tool. Anybody that's a garden enthusiast knows about this hose, and they want this hose. It's retractable, it moves with you. It also has a swivel nozzle, which just makes your life in the yard so much easier. It comes in 82-foot length, 50-foot length, and they are also having a sale. It's up to 50% off select items at hoselink.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
coming at you from around the world. The biggest names in sports, entertainment, and business.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's no way.
Exclusive access and one-on-one conversations.
Yeah, you guys really did some deep research.
I don't think we should give him any more information.
In depth with Graham Bensinger.
Good morning, Vail.
Eyepieces of Vail has been serving our communities and beyond for 40 plus years, and this winter they have everything you need to be prepared for the slopes, all the newest and greatest technology out there. And let's see what's going on at Eyepieces right now.
Eyepieces of Vail has so many great offerings to help you enjoy your time up on the slopes, and one of them is avoiding putting your glasses in your goggles. And I'm here with the expert, Tyler Moore. Good morning, Tyler.
Good morning. How are we doing today?
Well, I'm glad that I don't have to struggle putting these on in some goggles, so let's talk about it.
You're right. Yeah, this is one thing that a lot of people don't even realize exists, but it's one of those specialized pieces of equipment that just really improves your day on the mountain and just allows you to have a much better time. You know, putting your glasses over your goggles comes with like a lot of like it's uncomfortable. You know, it's not really, it's foggy. Yep. And it's not really like the safest. You know, if you fall, you can break your only set of glasses. It can hurt you. You know, there's a lot of like benefits to this system. And then to go with that, we actually have 3 unique systems to actually go about incorporating your glasses into goggles, which is a really great technology. And you're not going to see this variety anywhere else in the US, which is really a unique thing that Eyepieces does.
That's why you guys are leading here in opticals in the Vail Valley, because you do have so many wonderful offerings. And to avoid that injury, or if you're someone who's sensitive and doesn't like wearing your contacts, and especially when there could be a little wind, or if your eyes get irritated, since we're in such a cold, dry climate here, it's important that you have this alternative. So let's talk about some of these great options.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to start with kind of like the best that we offer. And this is a really cool company out of Austria. They're called SKX Optical Solutions. And as of this moment, we are the sole seller of this system in the continental US. And I think that also includes like Canada and Central and South America as well.
These get to be the humble brags that we get to celebrate here at Eyepieces and in our community.
So what separates this system apart from the rest, we have it available in 2 different models here, but instead of a traditional insert, like a lot of people have seen, this is actually built into the back lens of the goggle itself. So you get a much bigger blank, much wider field of vision, a lot less visual clutter with like the actual frame of the inserts in the other systems. And then this actually performs more true to a typical goggle. You know, the only time you might have any like moisture issues or anything is on the back end here. And we do a really high-end anti-fog coating on the lenses that's similar to the coating that goes on the goggles themselves. So, you know, we're trying to mitigate fogging as much as possible while giving you like the best optical experience. We have 2 newer models for this system that had a really great upgrade. And, you know, previous to these 2, interchangeability was really hard. Right. But with this awesome one, it's as simple as just pulling this front lens off. Wow. And then you have your low light lens. Right? Pretty cool. And then if the sun comes back out, or if you're getting a little bright, you can just click this one back on. And then this is photochromatic as well too. So this really is a very versatile system. This lens gets lighter and darker, you know, with the conditions. So really no matter what, you're pretty much covered with this one goggle.
I mean, I feel like anyone who's watching who may struggle with their prescription glasses, if you're not sold, I don't know what's going to sell you, because that was one of the best spiels I've ever heard to incentivize people to get out there and be safe and be comfortable.
Right. I mean, like we say, you have to see to ski. You know, see better, ski better. We have all sorts of little slogans, but at the end of the day, the better you can see, the more confidence you're going to have, the better time you're going to have out there, you know, the less time you're going to be like messing with your glasses. It's just going to provide a better user experience when you're on the mountain.
So that is this whole system, and this is a different frame.
This is a little different model. This is the same system from SKX, but a different goggle. This is a really unique take on the photochromatic lenses. This actually has a little solar cell in here. So when sun hits this, the lens darkens within less than 1/10 of a second. Wow. And then same goes for when the sun doesn't hit it. It switches right back to lighter, and all shades in between based on how much sunlight is actually hitting this. It's really high tech.
I was just going to say, what fancy technology to have in your goggles. But if you're someone who doesn't like to stop, likes to go, maybe get in that 60,000 vertical feet in a day because you're just like crushing runs left and right, this is the perfect goggle for you.
Serious no-nonsense goggle, really high tech. The goggle itself is high tech, and then the prescription part of it's super high tech. This is one of the coolest offerings I think that we have in our goggle selection.
This is the premier prescription goggle.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, that is one way to go about it, and typically our most specialized. And then we have a couple other options as well too, based on exactly a few other factors. The next two I'll show you are very similar. Smith has their own system available in IOMAG XL. This is a interchangeable goggle, and the prescription just clips in just like a set of glasses to the nose bridge. So it's really easy, no nonsense to clean. To make these, a lot of times with this system and the next one I'm talking about, we can have them out same day. Wow. But this one takes a little longer, but it's totally worth it if you need to wait.
Or you can order your prescription ahead of time, get it in there. If you're someone who struggles with some vision challenges, then your prescription, easy to do.
Always feel free to call us before your trip, and we can have it ready for you upon arrival. We do that all the time for our customers. And then the next one is going to be very similar. This is a little more universal. This fits in and out of just about every single goggle that we carry and that's on the market. So if you already had a set of goggles that you love, you just already invested, this is a great option to just click it. No nonsense. You're on the slopes with your prescription in your goggle. And then if you ever change your goggles down the road, you can just take it out and pop it right into the next one.
That makes it so nice and convenient. And then as people are maybe out here, they're skiing, they're like, wow, I'm really struggling to see up on the mountain. You guys have a wonderful doctor. His name is Dr. G. He does my prescriptions for me. Mm-hmm. And so people can come in, they can see him, and he can go over their prescriptions to make sure it's perfect for their goggles.
Correct. Yeah, Dr. G is amazing to work with. He's such a great eye doctor. He's in typically on Tuesday, Thursdays. So he'll start in Edwards a little earlier in the day. And then after lunch, so typically about like 3-ish is when he comes over to Vail. Eye appointments are typically only 45 to 30 minutes. And a lot of times are available same day or day before. So if you're in town, you have a little extra time. We all know, like when you're home, life's hustle and bustle, it kind of gets hard to book those appointments. You can just call us and like 30 minutes later have your prescription and then come pick out a fabulous pair of glasses, prescription goggles, prescription sunglasses, whatever you need, and we can get those made up for you.
So if people want to explore outside of town and they want to go to Edwards, that's just one of your many great locations because you have so many throughout our community. Can you give us a rundown on your locations?
Yeah, of course. So we have 6 great locations here in Vail Valley. The one that we're at is currently at the base of Gondola 1 here on Bridge Street. And then we have our main location where you'll see Dr. G in Vail right across from Solaris. And then a little farther down the street towards Lion's Head, we have our Sonnenalp Sport location. And then if you do find yourself all the way in Lion's Head, we have our boutique over at the Arabelle Hotel. And then if you decide to go up for Beaver Creek skiing, we have a great store next to the ice skating rink in Beaver Creek. And then, as you mentioned, the other place you can see Dr. G is down in Edwards at Edwards Corner, and he starts there a little earlier in the day. And then if you find yourself even going over to Roaring Fork or Aspen for a little day joint, we have our Willits location next to Whole Foods, and then also a location at the base of Snowmass.
Which is great because it covers the entire Vail Valley. It makes you guys the premier eye location here in our community, but then it gives you the opportunity if you're someone who maybe bought a pair of prescription glasses, you're over in Aspen, you're on your way out to dinner and you're missing a screw, you guys will help take care of that.
Yes, anything you need. If you're out here and having troubles with your frames, whether they're uncomfortable, you sat on them and they're out of alignment, you got a screw loose, we're happy to help out with any of your optical needs. There's nothing more annoying or less fun than having issues with your glasses when you're traveling. So if you are having those issues, don't be shy. Just come on in and we will do everything we can to help you out as best we can.
Tyler, we want to thank you so much for giving us all this great information, getting us excited for the possibility to see while we're skiing up there on the mountains with all of these great prescription options, and for just being so wonderful here in the community.
Yeah, thanks for having us. And like I said, we're always happy to help. We are your neighborhood-friendly eyewear place.
Make sure that you stop by Eyepieces of Vail. They have 6 great and convenient locations throughout our community, and they will take care of you. I know, because I love my glasses. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
Good morning, Vail.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
For fun and adventure, join me on Elizabeth Stanton's Great Big World. Find out where I'll be going next and which celebrities I'll be bringing along with me. I'll show you amazing destinations with lots to explore, and you'll get to know my celebrity guests the way they really are, up close and personal. We'll travel the world, experience new cultures, and together, try to make a difference. I'm Elizabeth Stanton, saying the world's a big place, and I'm going to show it to you.
Coming up this season on Ready, Set, Renovate, we see one couple fall in love with a waterfront fixer-upper.
It sort of wrapped its arms around us and said, you want me, and we did.
And watch as another battles over the budget.
We're trying to look through and see where we can trim at this point.
Are you looking to trim it, Ginger?
No.
No. Construction pros show us the right way to renovate.
Well, we had to do a roof over. We had to hand build a lot of the trusses.
As we're putting the thin set down, the self-leveler has a little clip that clips up underneath the edge of the tile.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show. We have so many great libraries here in the Vail Valley, and joining us next we have Tegan with the Eagle County Library District. Tegan, how are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. We have some more props. Every time you're on, we have some kind of props, but what are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about manga today.
Okay, manga.
Manga, yes. So manga is a Japanese style, it's a Japanese style graphic novel. And so the difference between manga is that you read it left to right instead of right to left. So typically we would open a book and we would go la la la, and they tell you that, hey, you're reading the wrong way.
Yeah.
And so you actually read it, when we get to the panel, this way.
Wow.
And then you go up and down that way.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. So again, some people are a little nervous about graphic novels because they're like, oh, it's like cheating. But your brain is doing a lot of work to not only decode the words, but to decode the pictures. So you're learning visual literacy as long as literacy. And then you get an appreciation for art as well, because every manga is different.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of genres. So we got Sailor Moon, we've got horror, we've got some showing, we've got romance. There's all sorts of manga genres.
Love that.
And the library has them, and so you can come in and check them out. We got ones on cats.
Who are these popular with, or who's
teens and I would say adults. And so how usually a manga starts off with is there's a few magazines. How it got integrated into America was there's magazines called Show and Jump, and my library happened to have Show and Jump.
Okay.
And so in those magazines you get a chapter of different mangas or different stories. And then this was my first. So this is Ichigo.
Okay.
And so this is actually Bleach, and the main character is Ichigo. So this is my first. And so when I would hop in Show and Jump, I would I would get to read a chapter, and then I got addicted. And so whenever I went by a bookstore or a library, I would jump in and see if they had Show and Jump, and I'd be like, "Hang on, I gotta catch up, friends."
Yeah.
And so then they put them into these books. They're called cartoons. And then you can read like multiple chapters at once. And so you get the stories, and then they just keep going and going. Not all manga is manga. Sorry, not all manga is anime, and not anime based on manga does not always follow the source material.
Okay.
So it's different art forms, and then some of these, which I didn't bring, I forgot one.
That's okay.
Sometimes they get, so Bleach, Netflix decided to do a live action, which is decent. One Piece, of course, Netflix did a live action of, and so One Piece has a manga, then it has an anime, and then it has a live action. There's ones that get turned into a film. So Edge of Tomorrow is based up on a manga.
Okay.
And that stars Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise, great movie.
Yeah.
And then this is Demon Slayer, and at the moment it is also a manga and an anime. So if you read the manga, you're kind of ahead of the anime. So there's, with Demon Slayer, they just dropped an episode, and they did some color coding, and everyone in the manga is like, "Oh, we know." Everyone in the anime is like, "What?" So it's always good to read the source material, and sometimes it's different. So it's always just.
But it's like everything. The book is just always better. It's just always better, right? There's no way around it.
Yes, and then sometimes the anime or the live action is going to do things a little bit differently because you can do different things with drawing than you can with real people.
For sure.
And so there might be some differences in storytelling and style, but that's where you can have those discussions and those debates.
Definitely.
I enjoy manga because it's a quick read, so I get a story in an hour. So I get to dip into a world for an hour and then pop out, and it's quick and easy.
Do you ever find yourself reading it the wrong way and going back?
I've definitely,
get a little
which is why I
confused.
totally appreciate when they're like, "Hey, wrong
Yeah,
way,
I love that.
wrong way," and they show you, like this is the way you should be reading it.
That's amazing.
Yes, so manga, there's all sorts of genres. So you don't have to do the shonen, which is more the fighting manga. There's romance, like we have this cat one. There's cute manga.
Yeah.
So it's just a really fun genre. It's popping off with all the kids. And teens, but adults like these as well.
Yeah, and the Scott Pilgrim, that's a popular one,
so
right?
This one got, this is actually Canadian.
Okay.
And so this one you do read the right way, but I brought it to show the influence of this style in publishing, because then this is a graphic novel, and it is actually by an artist in Canada.
Awesome.
But it was influenced very much by this cultural phenomenon in Japan.
Yeah, so what does that word mean? Or like where did that word
that's a great
manga
question.
come
I have
from?
no idea. I don't know the kanji.
Yeah.
So I will. Wow. Sailor Moon was there. She's taking them all out. So
They're a lot.
I will look that up for you.
Yeah, just curious. Big words guy. I like to know where they come from.
So it's and that's what's fun about. Of course, this is English, but then if you really get into it, you can start learning Japanese and kanji, because there's all sorts of symbolism within kanji, and so you get, if you really want to nerd out, you'll get more meaning out of some of the names. So Ichigo means strawberry, like indicated of his hair, but there's way more meaning behind this as well.
Love
and so you can just keep going down the rabbit hole.
Amazing. Which one do you recommend for people to find what genre they kind of want?
Exactly.
Right? How do you recommend getting into this?
You want to pick a genre. And again, you just flip through, just like any book. I always recommend just reading a few. Reading the first paragraph, chapter, and again, if you don't like it, we have so many.
Yeah.
And I blow kids away, because I'm like, you don't have to finish the book, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
No, we have so many. So if you don't like it, there's obviously more that we can delve into. So that would be my first question: is like, what are you interested in? Or what was the last good book that you read that you're interested in? And then we kind of dovetail into there. And I will probably give you 5 to try out.
Love that.
And then hopefully one is your jam, and you come back for the whole series. So I think there's 76, 78.
76, you said?
This happens to be this is One Piece, but this is Ace's story, so this is a side character, and everyone likes the character, so he wrote more about him.
Awesome.
And so One Piece is like 1,129 chapters. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, so if you really like that one, you can spend some time in there.
Going,
yeah.
And it's going to wrap up, and he's been writing that story for about 25 years, and it's going to end either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So a lot of fun.
Good time to get into it then, right?
And again, One Piece has the manga, then it has the anime, and then the live action.
Awesome.
Yeah, so, and then there's all sorts of ways you can nerd out with this.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
I see that. What else is going on at the libraries these days? Rolling into Halloween, but what's going on?
Halloween, so we got our spooky program going on. So we have started our silent reading clubs. So if you're just looking for an opportunity to hang out at the library with other people, so it's a book club, but you don't have to discuss the books you're reading. You're just all hanging out in a beautiful area and reading. So if you just want company, but
not company.
But maybe, but maybe you just don't really want to discuss.
Yeah.
That's absolutely okay, because sometimes book clubs can be intimidating for that discussion piece.
Yeah.
So we're offering silent book clubs at all 3 libraries, and then of course we got our after-school programs. They're really kicking off. So again, we've got programs for teens, elementary school, and our story times.
Awesome.
And we had some really cute toddlers the other day, all princessy, dressed up, showcasing their Halloween costumes.
Oh, so
it's
great.
always fun at the library.
So many great clubs. Not the Finer Things Club, but some great clubs there at the libraries here. What else should I ask you about this genre, or
well, you
what
need
else should
a
people know?
library card.
You do, right?
You do, in order to take this home. However, when you're in the library, you can come and chat me up, and I'll get you something to peruse when you're there. But if you want to take it home, you're going to need a library
Is this because I told you I don't have a library card last week? Okay, all right.
You're in the library, but you don't have a card.
Yeah, so if you want to take them home, just sign up for a card.
If you want to take them home, sign up for a card. And then some of these series, like Naruto, I put it over there. They go on for forever, so we don't have the shelf space, obviously, to hold all those. So we can get them from other libraries. So just because at the library you don't find, and it doesn't have to be manga, if you don't find what you're looking for, ask us. We ask other libraries, so we're part of the consortium. Colorado shares.
Yeah.
And then if we can't get it in Colorado, we start asking out to different states. We've gotten library items from the Library of Congress. So we will do our best to get to yes.
Love that. Love that. Tegan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
This is so fascinating here. So we will be checking these out at our libraries, and
Clearly I enjoy these. So
yeah, definitely. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, that's the point of books, is to kind of get into them. So
nerd out with me.
Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
Welcome to Nantucket Rope Bracelets. All of our stylish bracelets are handmade in our Nantucket workshop, using only the best non-shrinking line with soft, flexible finish. Find us at NantucketRopeBracelets.com and order your beautiful piece from Nantucket today.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners. This is a scooter. Have you had it the whole time?
I have not. It's actually the 3rd time I've owned the car.
Sell regret, sell regret. To the actual prototype GT40, I got to sit in that car.
Oh, I gotta get me one of these, man.
We've got all the muscle, the speed, and the stories.
I got stage 4 cancer. A bunch of friends came together and decided that this thing needed to get done then. A lot of friends came together and made this thing happen.
Hey, if it has an engine and a story, you're going to hear about it on rides. Almost every vehicle, doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, there's some tie to your past.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Woo. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Hey, it's your boy, Nephew Tommy, your host for an all-new season of Black College Quiz, where the nation's best and brightest display their knowledge of Black history and culture while competing for prizes and scholarships. So get ready to see HBCU Nation take the academic field. Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Black College Quiz! BCQ! Yeah, man.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome into the TVA Weather Center on this Friday morning. It was 29 degrees at 8 a.m. to start our day. It's going to be a sunny Friday rolling into the weekend here. We're expecting a high of 52 degrees today. Some winds 5 to 10 miles per hour coming from the south-southwest today. Into the hourly, things heat up to about 48 degrees at noon, come down to about 37 degrees at 8 p.m., but those mostly sunny skies are expected throughout the day with partly cloudy skies rolling in this evening. Lots of sunshine on the I-70 corridor today. Eagle 48, Avon 51, Vail a high of 52. Denver on the Front Range, a high of 62 degrees today. And tonight, a low of 30 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Sunset at 4:46 p.m. They've been pretty sweet lately, so try to catch that sunset. Enjoy today's sunny day, and tomorrow, Saturday as well, mostly sunny, a high of 53, and then starting Sunday afternoon snow expected, and some chances of precipitation Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we're going to enjoy this sunshine while it lasts, and then rolling into Thanksgiving, and Beaver Creek's opening next weekend. Let's play in the snow. Thanks so much for tuning in to Good Morning Vail this week. We will see you tomorrow.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events,